Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Geek Spot News. I'm Jack. That's Frank.
That's
bringing you all the latest. If it's your first time, welcome. If it's not your first time, like Charles in the chat, great to see you. Welcome back. Thanks, as always, for joining the conversation. This week, we got all sorts of exciting stuff. We got some news. We got some new lists. We've got some House of the Dragon to talk about. I'm sure we'll find some other things somewhere in there to talk about too. And whatever you guys want to talk about in the chat, let us know. So before we get to all that, Frank, what have you been up to, man?
What denotes a viral video? That's what I want to know. Like, how many views and all that other fun stuff?
Over 1 million.
Over 1 million. Okay, so I'm getting there. So I made a video. On Sunday afternoon, and it was one of those trend videos that's going around, the Netflix documentary video that everybody's sitting down and, they're filming the, preparing for my Netflix documentary for when the group chat leaks or for this and that.
Yeah.
It's a fun little trend, and it was interesting. And I was cleaning out a shed on Saturday, looking for my Dungeons and Dragons character that I couldn't find. Which I had to re-roll, and I rolled a way better one. That's beside.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And I found a banner from a band that you and I were a part of many moons ago. And I figured, you know what? Let me see if I can't edit this out and do this right. So for the local people local to the Philadelphia, New Jersey Shore, tri-state area. When I say Jersey Shore, I mean the South Jersey Shore. It was a pretty, I would say that the amount of views that I got between Facebook and Instagram for this one was pretty good. It's a very niche topic, local cover bands and the band that we were in together. I got 1.1 thousand on Facebook and almost 1,600 on Instagram.
Nice.
And then almost 300 on TikTok, but I don't really use TikTok like that. So, and of all of those people, some messaging me privately, asking me to make sure I change their name when the documentary airs. There's no documentary at the moment. While it would be a great idea, and I have toyed with the idea of maybe seeing about how to put it together. I have talked to one or two people that could actually help with that locally. It's not happening, but it was a fun little side project that I did just to get all those views. That's the most views I've had on anything ever. So that was cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can search by that. I probably can, but
for what it is?
No, for my most viewed stuff.
Oh,
I don't think it's in that realm.
And I didn't put it on YouTube. It was just a quick post to Instagram, shared it to Facebook, and then posted it to TikTok. And it took me about 45 minutes to kind of put it all together.
Nice.
So that's what I did.
Yeah. Well, my views are. Oh, what's this one? This one looks like it's high. No, my most viewed thing was 457 a week and a half ago.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's an exciting weekend. And it is a short stretch between shows this week since we had a Thursday show last week due to some conflicts early on, and then I had a weekend full of gigs, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a couple local shows, one over in Conshohocken, all pretty good. So that was fun. And then this weekend's I start working with my kids on their musical for next week.
Oh, nice.
Tomorrow night, I got a couple of rehearsals the next few days, and then gigs Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where I'll be in Doylestown Friday, private campground party on Saturday, and Sunday I'll be down in Delco at Barnaby's Aston. And then next week, I'm back in full rehearsal and show week. So There will not be a show next week for everybody. So apologies for that.
Next week will probably be the one Monday I actually don't have a game in this
Nice.
stretch of time. I think I have one tonight and then not until next Thursday.
Nice.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
That's all right.
You can watch Silent. It'll be fun.
I actually can watch Silent.
See, look at that.
I plan to start Silent.
So yeah, that not crazy. I did watch at least season 1 plus a little bit of a show that we've mentioned a few times. We're going to get to our Emmy picks probably in another week or two from what we had talked about last week and posted, but that's where we're going to be at for those things. So I think it's time to get to
I like the music.
a little Frank's List action going on.
Yeah, so we have one, possibly two. We'll see how it goes. But this list that was published back on September 19th of 2025. The title of the list is Top 10 Fantasy TV Shows of the Golden Age of Television. Now, when I say to you, the Golden Age of Television,
I would assume we're talking about the 50s and 60s.
Right, where all the great sitcoms of that era came out, and it was No, this is the golden age of television per this person, stretched from 2000 to 2023.
Oh, good.
Now, yes, some of the greatest fantasy shows did debut during that time period, and while the golden age of television is generally reserved for that earlier time that you mentioned, we'll see how this one goes and how we do with this list. And honestly, how many of these fantasy shows have I actually seen? As always, we're going to go into this blind. I haven't looked at it yet. So they did not, again, this is another one of those, we didn't rank by numbers, so we're just going to give you the 10 shows.
Got it.
Makes it kind of wonky, but the first one on the list, available to stream on Netflix, The Vampire Diaries from 2009 to 2017.
Did you see The Vampire Diaries?
I did not see The Vampire Diaries.
It's CW.
Yep.
Very CW.
Yep.
But it was good. Developed a lot of lore. The characters were interesting. It was a neat take on it. Resulted in a few spin-offs. At least one. I think the originals is a spin-off of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched a good chunk of it. It's a good show.
I know the actors from it. I know most of the actors from it. As a matter of fact, one of the stars, Paul Wesley, plays young Captain Kirk on Star Trek: Strange New Worlds.
He does, which is back in a couple days.
This author of this list, but there's no denying that it revolutionized TV shows about the supernatural.
That's not true.
Okay, just wanted to be sure. Next, we have from 2022 to 2025, The Sandman. I know you watched this and you really enjoyed the first season, right?
Both seasons were great. Yeah, no, The Sandman was fantastic. I wouldn't say it revolutionized anything.
No, this one didn't revolutionize it. The first one revolutionized. This is just one of the top fantasy shows of the golden age of television.
Top 10 shows of the last 25 years.
That's what it says. I don't
know that I would put it quite there. I don't think enough people watched it to put it there.
Yeah.
But it was very well done. Yeah, season 2 kind of got off track and then found itself and ended very strong. A lot of the episodes were just it just felt long. Like they could have shortened the episodes or split them and done like I think that's a trend now, and I talked about it a little bit last week. I think a lot of these shows are so intent on their 8 to 10 episode seasons.
Yep.
When they have 22 episodes worth of material.
Yep.
That they're just making the episodes so they're like there's so much stuff to get to.
I was talking to someone in the Battlestar Galactica Discord chat thing that I'm in, and they were somebody brought up Smallville, and one person was like, "Oh, I really would love to go back and watch it. I never watched it. Is it a time investment?" And I went, and I jumped in, and I was like, "It's 10 season, 21 episodes, 21, 22
216 episodes, if I remember right from when I watched it a couple years
ago.
ago.
It's a lot to take at one time, and it really doesn't really get rolling until about the middle of the second or third season. Like it's good. I enjoyed it, but
yeah.
Next on this list is probably one of the shows that was defining for Supernatural, it was Supernatural. It ran from '05 to 2020.
Agreed. That show, like the fact that they kept their audience the whole time is still blows me away. I was in and out.
I was never in.
But I watched the first couple. I think I started in season like 2.
Mm-hmm.
And watched when I was around.
Right. That was,
and then I'd watch less and less because if it was on, I'd watch it. This is a great show though. Those two are so damn
it was
charismatic.
15 season. Now I know my youngest son Matthew has watched this at least 3 or 4 times, like full front to back.
It's a lot of episodes.
It is. This also was during a time where I was working nights most of the time and really didn't tape. I was a single dad.
Yeah.
I was raising 2 kids. I didn't tape shows as much. You know, I watched comfort stuff. And,
episodes, by the way.
Huh?
327 episodes.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
And they're all like the same.
Next on the list is Game of Thrones, the original Game of Thrones, 2011 to 2019. I would absolutely say it's one of the top fantasy shows of the last 25 years.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're going to talk about that world a little bit later too. So, you know, it holds up, and I think the show. I'd be intrigued to see how a rewatch worked for that show.
I'm interested in doing it. If I had not already promised Silo, I would probably move and do that because for some reason it's coming up a lot on Instagram for me. A lot of clips are coming up for it, and I'm not searching for them. But it's kind of giving me that like, oh man, I do really want to go back and watch this, but not right now. Next we have The Wheel of Time in 2021. That's hard to say it was one of the top 10 of the last 25 years. I think had it gone on, it would have been a better show. It was we had discussed it. I did not like the first season, but as we got into the second and third season, it started to really pick up steam for me.
Yeah, season 4 could have moved it into one of those best of, but I don't think it was there yet.
No, not at all.
Even for me, like I enjoyed the show, but I wouldn't consider it like one of the top fantasy shows of the last 25 years. It's no Legend of the Seeker.
Ooh.
I loved that show.
Next we have
all season
Avatar: The Last Airbender, 05 to 08. And you're very high on this show. And Dom, who pops in and says hello when he's not streaming stuff, really enjoys this show.
Look, I loved the animated version. If you've listened to the last few episodes of this show, you know that I'm less high on the live action version because I don't. It couldn't make the animated one better, so I don't know why they did it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's you know, why are they going to do a Free Willy remake? You know, it's Hollywood,
right?
Next we have The Magicians, 2015.
100%. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
You did kind of nudge me to try and watch this, and I have not.
It's absolutely brilliant. It's I'm sure the books are great as well, but the show is phenomenal.
Next,
I waited every week for that show.
Next on the list, we have in 2008 Merlin.
This is the one with Sam Neill. Rest in peace, Sam Neill.
I don't know if this is the one with Sam Neill. I know it was
John Hurt.
Maybe that's the one.
Was Merlin in this one? 2008, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, Colin Morgan
was
Merlin. John Hurt was the dragon, whoever that is.
This isn't the one that aired on broadcast TV, is it?
I don't
know.
I
think I saw clips of that one. Maybe that was the one with...
It was a BAFTA, so I don't think so.
Okay.
But it had Arlena Luthor from Supergirl was on it.
Yes.
Anthony Head was King Arthur.
Okay.
Who we just rest in peace, Anthony Head too. Look at all these people. If you do a Merlin show, you pass away. It's what it seems like. That's what we're getting at. Yeah, that's I heard about it, but I definitely never watched it.
No.
Oh, this was the young up and coming Merlin.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, no, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't partake.
Next we have Arcane, 2021.
Oh my God, so good.
Not that I ever watched.
Yeah, that redefined animation.
Oh yeah,
And the fantasy genre. I mean,
okay.
the stuff they were able to cover that, and the stylized animation that they used took forever for season 2. I think it was 4 years for
Wow.
like a 6-episode season. But like and I don't know how long it took them to do season 1 to get to release it, but it was incredible. The only issue with it was hard to follow because they did a lot of time jumps.
Okay.
And it was like, what? I don't, what? And they just did it. And they weren't like, hey, we're going to do this now. And we're jumping here. And here's a quick synopsis. It was just like, you're in. And it's like, well, I don't know what happened. And it did feel rushed at the end, but it was great all in.
And
they just ran out of money.
Last on our list here is from 2019, His Dark Materials, which again, I saw only one of all of these. So His Dark Materials is based on Philip Pullman's fantasy book trilogy.
It's the Golden Compass.
Yep. It was, yep.
So we had a live action movie in like the early 2000s with Nicole Kidman for the Golden Compass.
Okay.
And then this one starred James McAvoy and X-29, Daphne Keane.
Daphne Keane.
We're in this one. Yeah, ran 3 seasons. There was a big gap though.
Okay. It seems to be a thing.
Yeah, I think the COVID and the writer's strike happened during this show. What years? It was 2019, right?
2019, yeah.
Yeah, so it had a lot of lapses, and I think it's another one they ran out of money because it just didn't have the viewership. I watched most of the first season. It was good. It was very dark. Like, I know it says His Dark Materials, but like, and I wasn't familiar with the original books. I didn't read the Golden Compass books. But I know the show seemed to be very good. But I just wasn't in the space to get involved in a mega sprawling fantasy series at the time. But it covered a lot more ground than I think it was a full season for what the one movie was.
Okay.
But cool concept. That show was neat.
Yeah. I think we can squeeze the other one in.
Sure.
I think for fun. All right. So this was the 10 most famous movie quotes almost nobody gets right. And this will be a nice little test for you. This was published June of this year.
Okay.
We'll go through this real quick. The line, "Play it again, Sam," from Casablanca.
Yep. It's not.
Do you know what the actual line is?
I don't think he says Sam, does he?
It does. It says, "Play it, Sam." Somebody added the word again, and it just kind of got ingrained in pop culture. That's kind of cute. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. "Mirror, mirror on the wall" is not the actual line of the movie. Like animated Snow White, the OG way back in the day.
Yeah, the 1948 version.
Actual line of the movie is "Magic mirror on the wall."
That would have been better.
Interesting, right?
Yeah. When was that first one? 1937 is actually
It's old. Yeah. First two are a little old. All right, we're going to jump forward in time a little bit to The Silence of the Lambs. "Hello, Clarice" is the line that everybody says that is not the actual line. You know what?
No.
"Good evening, Clarice." Actual line. Just kind of audiences kind of condensed it over the years. It's
weird.
It is weird. Next one is from Jaws.
Well, actually, I think it's because hello is other than
sounds
good
better.
evening, hello is a little more ominous.
Yes. Yeah. Next one is from Jaws. "We're going to need a bigger boat" is not the line that Roy Schneider says in the movie.
Isn't it just "we need a bigger boat"?
No, it's "you're going to need a bigger boat." Don't know why it was changed. But hey, T, how you doing? But "you're going to need a bigger boat" wasn't the actual scripted piece of dialogue.
Interesting. Now, are all of these Mandela effect, or are any of these changed in later cuts?
I don't know. I haven't. I don't like looking at these ahead of time because I like being surprised.
Interesting. If any of these were aired on TV, there's a lot of time that you get different lines that were overdubbed in TV versions.
So according to this one I'm actually reading, is that during production, the crew was notoriously plagued by delays and a notoriously small support boat to hold all of the heavy camera equipment. Throughout the stressful shoot, Schneider began ad-libbing the phrase to producers whenever anything went wrong. He slipped it into the scene after seeing the shark, and Steven Spielberg loved the raw, unscripted panic of it so much that he kept it in. So it is in the movie, but it was not scripted originally. It was scripted as you're going to need a bigger boat.
But he says we're going to need a bigger boat.
He says we're going to need a bigger boat. So that one's false. Next one is...
And is it Good Evening, Clarice in the book, Silence of the Lambs, but not in the movie?
Maybe if I go back to read. Next one is from Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates is not the actual line, according to this, and I will look further in a moment. The actual line says life was like a box of chocolates.
I don't know that I think that's right. I think he says is.
Forrest Gump spends...
Or was it Sally Fields that says is?
The quote's popularity quickly pushed it beyond the movie itself. It evolved into a piece of everyday wisdom repeated by people who have never even seen the film, helping a slightly different version become the one most audiences remember. There you go. That's what this says. I haven't seen the movie in so long, I'm not sure if that's actually what he says or not. So
yeah, I heard somebody running through the reflecting pool was to blame for it turning green. I feel like that was Jenny.
It could have been Jenny. It probably was Jenny.
Carrying a knife.
The next one here is, and he said that's not right. So while he expounds on that, I will go to the quote from Dirty Harry that apparently isn't right. Do you feel lucky, punk? Isn't the actual line in the movie. The actual line is, you've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Oh.
So people have shortened this speech. It's a longer speech, but people have shortened it over time. Which,
yeah, I don't know that anybody's still quoting Dirty Harry.
I haven't quoted Dirty Harry for a long time.
People still quote Jaws for sure.
That bigger
and Casablanca for some reason.
The bigger boat thing all the time. Play It Again, Sam. I've heard countless times on stage.
Yeah, so far that's the one that I would say nobody uses that quote still. But 20 years ago, plenty of people did, you know.
Now, the next one from Wall Street, greed is good. In the original Wall Street, the actual line is, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. That seems to be another one where people shorten the monologue.
Yeah, well, that's long. That's a lot to say. It's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. The next one's from The Graduate. I can't even. These are old. Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to seduce me? Is not the actual line. The actual line is, Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me, aren't you?
Not as good of a line. I bet that one was redone.
As the line entered pop culture, it gradually became more direct and simplified. So, now this one I'm not so sure about.
I feel like that even was a sampled quote in a song.
Here's to you.
I feel like maybe when the Lemonheads covered Mrs. Robinson.
Such a good version. Nice
really
pull. That's a nice pull. I love the Lemonhead. This one from Apollo 13. Houston, we have a problem is not the actual line. The actual line is, Houston, we've had a problem.
Yeah, from the movie, but I think, isn't it Houston, we got a problem? Isn't that the original quote, though?
The original quote, yes.
Yeah.
And the last one, which ties it all the way back into our genre, from The Empire Strikes Back. Luke, I am your father is not the line, and this one I know because everybody in the world quotes it wrong. The actual line is, no, I am your father.
Yeah.
And over the course of years, people added it and changed it and messed it around and made it, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah. Well, it was a fun list.
That was fun.
There's some accuracies and some not so accuracies in there.
But
that's all right.
Stupid lists.
But that happens with Frank's lists.
It always does. It makes the lists fun.
Which brings us to the Geek news.
Fancy graphics. Okay, sad news, as you mentioned earlier.
Oh, no.
Sam Neill passed away.
Best known for Merlin. No?
Best known for Merlin. Sam Neill was nominated for 2 Primetime Emmys, had 16 wins and 36 nominations total. Had a monster career.
Sounds like a long career.
155 credits to this man's career. I'm trying to scroll back to the beginning because I pulled the thing up late. His very first role was in 1971, the year I was born. He was uncredited in a TV movie called The City of No. So,
he's a Merlin's Apprentice is the show that he was on.
He's
TV miniseries. He was Merlin.
He had a lot of TV credits. He was in so much. I didn't realize that he was in The Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, and obviously a handful of Jurassic Parks. He was in.
I'm looking for stuff that I know. He was a voice in The Simpsons.
He was on a run of The Tudors.
He was in The Jungle Book.
That's a weird time of The Jungle Book. He was in Bicentennial Man, which was a fantastic movie with Robin Williams, if you remember that one.
I do. Event Horizon.
Daybreakers, which you wouldn't watch. That's a horror movie.
He was a voice. He was a voice in The Magic Pudding.
He had a run on Peaky Blinders recently. Obviously best known for the Jurassic Park stuff and being that doctor, and that's kind of kept him in the zeitgeist the entire time. Especially when he got brought back recently for the latest Jurassic World Dominion. I think he popped in a few times and played Odin in the Thor movies when they had the actor Odins with the other Hemsworth and Matt Damon.
Liam?
No.
Chris?
Luke.
Oh, there's another one?
There's a third. He plays Thor in the Thor movies when they do the actor reenactments. It's the other Hemsworth brother.
Other.
Yeah, not Liam or Chris. It's the other Hemsworth brother.
Other.
But yeah, always brilliant in everything that he came in and did. So he will definitely be missed. He is in the upcoming Godzilla X Kong Supernova movie coming out next year, and The Last Resort with I don't know who's in The Last Resort, but that movie is completed and was waiting on release. That stars Daisy Ridley. And Alden Ehrenreich.
Interesting.
And Tia Carrere and Beck Bennett and Joe Coy. This is a fascinating cast. So that career-focused woman travels to the Philippines to evaluate a potential resort site.
Interesting.
This stunning landscape and friends of the locals, she unexpectedly finds herself drawn to the country's beauty and charismatic pilot named Ben, played by Alden Ehrenreich. So we get Rey and Han Solo.
Wow.
Apparently having a tryst, if you will. So that should be interesting.
Interesting. I was bouncing around and I saw a trailer for a movie that I'm kind of fascinated by. Did you see the trailer for Tom Cruise's next movie, Digger?
I saw it in the theater. It ran before Supergirl. I think it ran before Supergirl.
I think I remember seeing it then, and then I watched it. It at work today. Fantastic cast for one.
Oh yeah,
Jesse Plemons, Sandra Hiller, John Goodman, Riz Ahmed, Emma D'Arcy, Sophie Wilde, Robert John Burke, Bern Gorman, and Michael Stuhlbarg as a few. Looks like a really interesting, weird movie.
Yeah.
If Tom Cruise has any scenes where he runs, the movie's going to make $1 billion.
Agreed. That has been the track record.
Trope. It's interesting. Maybe I'll see it. I'll definitely see it on streaming, but I definitely think I'm gonna see it.
I probably will not. That's the one that in the theater before Supergirl ran as a greatest hits of Tom Cruise movies. And then the very tag at the end was like, and look at him now as the fat guy in this movie.
It looks great. I mean, like, the one thing I'll say about Tom Cruise is when he goes into a role, he really just goes all in.
Yeah.
Hold back.
Big to see.
Yeah.
How it does. I will not go see it in the theater, I can tell you.
I won't go see it in the theater now. Avengers Doomsday is coming at us faster than we realize. And I am doing everything in my power to avoid spoilers or reading anything about Doomsday and Spider-Man coming up. However, especially with Comic-Con coming up in a few weeks, and Marvel's going to do a Hall H. So I don't know if Comic-Con's before Spider-Man.
Comic-Con starts Tuesday.
Okay.
Wednesday.
So
Wednesday next week.
So that's when we'll get the trailer. They'll definitely show footage at Comic-Con, which will be leaked by, people holding their camera sideways to hide it. And you're probably going to get the trailer at Comic-Con and definitely before Spider-Man, but I don't know when they're going to release it to the public. Usually it seems like the last couple of Marvel movies, the trailers got leaked a little early, so they just kind of had to go with it.
Yeah, I don't know that it'll get leaked before Comic-Con.
I hope not.
But I'm sure they're going to want to run it before Spider-Man before the Spider-Man movie.
Absolutely.
So it'll probably be
wide
release by Thursday.
Well, tickets go on sale in 6 days. Tickets go on sale on July 20th. And the runtime of the movie has finally been revealed. We are coming in at a tight 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
That's short for Russo Brothers Avengers.
It is. It's a 2 hour and 45-minute movie. I'm looking forward to it. I don't want to know anything more about it than what the runtime is. There's 65 heroes in it, and we've only seen 25 or something ridiculous like that.
I feel like that cast release was longer than that.
A cast release felt like it. Well, a cast release went on for a couple hours. That was fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking at predictions. I'm not looking at. I looked at the poster. I saw who was on the poster. I'm wondering if they didn't hold people out of the poster the way they do with trailers and.
I would assume so.
Yeah. Look, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, we'll. Yeah. So that means. Next episode, which will probably be the 27th-ish, we will be talking
all the Comic-Con stuff
stuff, and then we will hit Spider-Man the week after.
Yes.
For y'all.
Brandon Sanderson, you are a huge fan of his books now.
I am now. Yeah.
He said, little bit of progress on the Mistborn screenplay this week, not as much because I've been doing a lot of revisions on it, so I'm going to just move it up to 1%. Bringing the total of the script done to 91%. That doesn't give you a good indication of how much I've been digging into it. Screenplay, you just do a lot of drafts, a lot of revisions, and so there are parts of this draft that have seen like 12 passes. So you just need to be super tight on a screenplay. I'm still planning to turn that in sometime next month. That's awesome.
It is. I mean, but look, it's still going to be... got 2 to 3 years of production for it because of all the effects.
They haven't even started casting.
It's anticipated theatrical stream release between March and May of 2029.
I will be eating tapioca pudding in my slippers while I watch that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I think even the Mistborn stuff, much shorter books than the Stormlight Arc. Much shorter.
Stormlight books are massive.
However, the Mistborn stuff doesn't get really good till like the 4th book when it time jumps.
Well, that's probably why he's taken so long.
Well, no, like you have to do the first batch of Mistborn books, the Mistborn trilogy, sets up the mythology for the entire world.
Okay.
So like you have to do that before you can get the Wax and Wayne stuff, but the Wax and Wayne stuff is amazing. It's just like super fun. Mistborn's really good, but like it's heavy. A lot of it. So it's a lot to cram into 3 movies.
I weirdly started at the Stormlight archives and I did not start at Mistborn. I have to go back and read Mistborn.
I think Stormlight came out first.
No, Mistborn was out. Maybe it didn't. I came in late. Maybe I just came in late.
Yeah, I don't know that I think he wrote them later, the Mistborn stuff later, but I think he was still writing Stormlight while he was doing Mistborn. He was doing them at the same time because there's 5 full-length Stormlight books. And there's now not 8.
No, Mistborn was published first. The first book, Mistborn: The Final Empire, was released in 2006. The first Stormlight book, Way of Kings, was released in 2010.
Oh, okay.
So, whatever. They're awesome books.
Yeah.
As far as
But I think, yeah, from reading the notes, I feel like he had to stop. The Stormlight books took him like 15 years to write.
Yeah, he's still going. Like, on top of doing the scripts, he's still in the middle of the Stormlight books. He's not done them.
No, I thought he was done the Stormlight books, but they're the Cosmere, because all of these book series are in the same universe. So there's 5 Stormlight books out now. It was originally a trilogy. There's 5 though, and then there's a couple little additions like add-ons that fill in storyline. And I don't know. I haven't gotten through the 5
So
yet.
it's a 10-book epic.
Holy shit!
Split into 2 separate 5-book arcs.
That's insane.
The first 5-book arc concluded with Wind and Truth.
But he also has the universe that he's playing in has Mistborn is in there, Stormlight's in there.
So,
there's another series that he had that's in the Cosmere universe too.
He's taking a planned multi-year break to focus on other Cosmere projects like the Mistborn Era 3 trilogy. Book 6 is projected to release around 2031.
That's insane.
That's still quicker than George Martin.
Yeah, but like Brandon Sanderson's not a young man.
No, but he does. But when he writes, he goes and he writes. Like, he takes a big chunk of time and he goes and sits and he writes. And then what he'll do is he'll go do conventions.
Actually, I lied. He's a young man. He's only 50. So that's
well, he goes and he plays Magic with fans, and like he really does. He interacts with his fans. He seems like a really nice man.
Yeah.
I had a chance to meet Robert Jordan, and I passed up on it. He came to the Philadelphia Library down in Center City. At one point, my friend BJ went down and got his book signed.
Nice.
So Netflix is reportedly buying Letterboxd. Letterboxd, for those of you who don't know, launched in 2011 as a social media app and website that allows users to share their reviews of movies. In addition to their core service, they have opened an online video store to allow users to rent selected titles through their platform, and have become a mainstay on red carpets, asking for the 4 favorite movies of various actors and filmmakers. According to a report from Puck, Netflix is one of allegedly 7 parties in early talks to purchase Letterboxd. Other parties include Sony Pictures Entertainment, Paramount Skydance, Reddit co-founder and former executive chairman Alex Ohanian, and the private equity firm Texas Pacific Group, TPG. Currently, 40% of Letterboxd is owned by its New Zealand-based creators, Matthew Buchanan and Carl von Randau, while 60% is owned by the Canadian venture capital and private equity firm Tiny as of 2023. I don't know about this, having a media company like that have control over reviews of a platform that gives reviews like that.
Well, who do you think owns IMDb?
Well, yeah, but I don't know. It's a weird. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
I don't know. Well, but Letterboxd is all user generated reviews. So it's like if you have a Letterboxd account, you go in and you rank your movies, huh?
As long as it stays that way.
Yeah, but even if it doesn't, that's fine. I mean, that's how people use it, though. They used to be like, "Hey, I watched these movies. This is what I thought," to friends. But it's also like a subscription service, so it's weird.
Right.
Like it's, I guess it's extra income, but like I don't know.
Well, at the moment, it's valued by Merchant Bank Liontree at $250 million, which seems kind of cheap, but that's probably why they're all looking at it. But on the heels of that, Paramount and Warner Brother are facing a massive lawsuit on their merger to block their merger.
A lot of massive lawsuits.
Hold on. I had one, but it just changed actually today. So Writers Guild has filed to block it. 12 states have filed to block it. This is big. Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, which sucks, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, and Washington have all filed a suit to block the merger, citing antitrust laws. And now the Writers Guild, which is that's a pretty big thing to throw their hat in.
Yeah, I am aligned with all of them. Well, look, the thing is, especially from a writer standpoint, right? If there's less places to sell your scripts,
Yep,
that is problematic.
That's exactly what that's what the Writers Guild is looking at. Is it's.
But I don't know if the alternative is that Warner Brothers goes out of business. You know what I mean? Like I don't like if Warner Brothers doesn't get bought, because would they do this if it was Netflix? I don't know.
Netflix tried to buy them too, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like if it had been, because everybody seemed to be on board with Netflix buying them.
No, I don't think anybody wanted that either.
I know. More on board.
Yeah. I don't like it. Like you said, yeah, right. You're going to get writers being paid less and less opportunities for employment if it's all under one umbrella. Now, if so, let's say that this deal doesn't go through. What happens to the DC universe at that point? Like, if Warner Brothers is under, who takes over DC? Does Disney swoop in? Do we get the Justice League Avengers movie that we all want?
Well, and that's what I mean. Like, I don't know what the alternative is. It's I don't know that Warner Brothers just shuts down, right? Because they're still like a multi-billion-dollar company that's still seeing profits. Like, I don't think they could just be like, all right, we're done. See you. Bye. But, you know, I don't know. I don't, because there's also all the Harry Potter stuff in the works and all of the HBOs. Like, can you imagine if you don't get season 4 of House of Dragon because Warner Brothers goes under?
You know what? At this point, I just shrug my shoulders.
There'd be riots in the streets.
I would go watch Silo. And the last little bit of news that came out a little while ago, the Blue Beetle is returning to Man of Tomorrow as played by Zolo, right? Zolo.
Yep. Yeah, James Gunn said that he'll be making an appearance to confirm that he is in the larger James Gunniverse.
Yep.
Which is great. You know, I don't think you ever saw Blue Beetle, did you?
I never got around to seeing it, but I will now that it's part of the DCU. Like that,
it's great. He's great in it. I mean, he's like 40 now, so it's hard to. But they did in the movie. They were smart and aged him up to college, not high school, so you can have him a little bit older. Look, and the movie left off some great mysteries because Ted Kord fits into.
He's 25, you nerd.
Yeah.
He's almost 40.
Ted Kord fits in the middle Blue Beetle. Jaime Reyes is being the latest Blue Beetle. Ted Kord fits in great to the James Gunn universe. If you pair him with Booster Gold, because that seems to be the era of Justice League that he wants to do.
Well, isn't that isn't Kord who's run the Justice Society or whatever the hell they're called? It's not Kord, is it? No. It was somebody else.
Well, I don't. What
in the Superman movie where Hawk Girl,
the Injustice Gang? That's Maxwell Lord.
Lord, that's right. Okay, I got them crisscrossed.
No. Ted Kord is the Blue Beetle. Maxwell Lord is the one that forms.
Correct.
After the fallout of the Legends miniseries in the late 80s in DC Comics, when Justice League disbanded, Maxwell Lord starts them back up with Keith Geffen run, which included Guy Gardner and Booster Gold and Blue Beetle and Batman.
It's Pedro Pascal from Wonder Woman.
No, because he was replaced by Sean Gunn in the new universe. Oh, you mean Ted Kord is Pedro Pascal?
No, which one was Pedro Pascal?
He was Maxwell Lord. He has been replaced by Sean Gunn.
Okay.
Because Sean Gunn is now Maxwell Lord.
Yes. But that's it for the news. That's all I got.
Yeah, just real quick, since we've been touching on it here and there. Michael hit $1 billion finally, worldwide.
It did.
Toy Story is almost there. Toy Story still did $20 million this past week, which is crazy. So domestic, we are just a domestic. Toy Story is already the #2 movie of the year.
Amazing.
domestic at $406,000. Supergirl is up to 20th place, so good for her.
She's getting up there.
Yeah. She's almost caught The Housemaid. And Mortal Kombat 2 and Wuthering Heights is beating Supergirl. However, when you set your movie up to not have little girls be able to go see it, that kind of hurts your box office for a movie about Supergirl. 25th place worldwide, still being beaten by The Sheep Detectives worldwide. And Boonie Bears, The Hidden Protector, which didn't even release in the States.
Wow.
And Wuthering Heights is actually crushing it worldwide. It's 13th for the year. That's wild. Minions and Monsters has almost taken out Mandalorian and Grogu. And Backrooms and Obsession, still in the top 10.
Of course.
For movies that both cost $1 million to make.
Yep.
Obsession is now at $427 million.
Insane.
And Backrooms is at $362 million.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go much past that at this point because they are finally starting to drop off. But yeah, it's nuts how well those two movies are doing.
One more final thing that I just came across. Howard Stern.
Oh yeah.
Laid off a dozen staffers and is dropping to one new show a week. Amazing.
Do people still listen to Howard Stern?
You know what's for the funny thing about him is I didn't like him when he was on terrestrial radio. I was a big fan when he first started. I was more a fan of like the local guys, John DeBella, the WMMR Morning Zoo. Like I was a bigger fan of those guys. Yeah. I didn't like Howard Stern as much. And then when Opie and Anthony came on Drive Time in the afternoon, I was a bigger fan of them than Howard Stern.
And then David Lee Roth took over for Howard Stern. You said, "Oh my God, I miss
Howard Stern." then I mean, I listened to Stern on and off, so I kind of kept up with the stuff. But once he started like actually giving a shit about real interviews, he became a pretty good interviewer.
Yeah.
Like once he tried, like he actually became. Once he stopped asking, "Oh, who are you gonna have sex with?" and how many boobs have you seen tonight? Like once he stopped the shtick.
The shock jock stuff, yeah.
Right, and became a serious interviewer. He actually isn't a bad interviewer. He was pretty good on America's Got Talent that he did with Howie?
Yeah, probably.
He wasn't bad on that. But one new show a week, he's making an insane amount of money.
Well, he's 72.
He has his own floor at Sirius XM.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he brings in big acts still that play, and like that's usually where I see stuff from him at this point.
Oh yeah.
I never got into Howard. I always thought he was fine. But I didn't really listen to him. I think I heard more of his radio show listening to or watching Private Parts than I ever did actually listening to the show.
Yeah, I didn't put it on in the mornings. It just wasn't my thing.
Yeah, and so remember though in Philly, so he got replaced by David Lee Roth, which was awful. And then Danny Bonaducci. Do you remember the Danny Bonaducci show? Because he hit all the clubs. Danny was a terror around the city of Philadelphia for like a solid 3 years.
I have a picture with him, me, Berg, and Greg, and the light hit me the wrong way from the flash, and you can barely see me. And I'm not mad about it.
He was, he hit all the clubs in Philly all the time because I remember seeing him out at shows all the time. It was a mess.
But now that's finally it for news.
Nice. So we'll get to House of the Dragon momentarily. I started Your Friends and Neighbors because we were talking about it last week with the Emmy noms.
Yeah.
So I got through the first season. I'm on the second season now. The show is insanely good.
That's the one with John Hamm?
Yeah, I'm so mad I didn't start watching it when it came out.
Ooh, what a cast.
Yeah, so for those of you who haven't seen the show or clicked on it, just to hit a couple, it's the same creator for the shows that
I'm going to let my dog out while you talk that.
Yeah, it's the same creator that I've raved about for Warrior and Banshee. The same guy made this show, completely different based show. Stars John Hamm, Amanda Peet, Olivia Munn, Hoon Lee, who was a big player in both Banshee and Warrior. Who this guy just loves working with him, and I'm glad that he has that opportunity to keep doing it. But just all around the overall cast, those are all the leads. Amanda Peet hasn't done much for a while, and she is brilliant. So she's been saving it up while she was just doing bit work for the last 20 years or so. Loved her in the whole 9 yards. And Olivia Munn's she always does great work when she's on shows, and this show is no exception. But it's a guy gets pushing 50. He and his family, his wife met in college. And it's the rich fancy people, and he gets laid off and turns to a life of crime. That's all in the original trailer. Once you get over the fact that it seems like within hours he decided to go from being a super high-powered hedge fund manager to a thief, it seems like same day, which is a little wonky. But once you get past that, and just the show's insanely good. It's great, especially if you are in that age range. It hits on a lot of stuff that people deal with in their late 40s, early 50s, from a lifestyle and a just overall life standpoint. But it's incredibly well done. And as Frank said, what a cast. They're all great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I highly recommend Your Friends and Neighbors if you have not dug into it yet. I'm just getting to season 2, so I'm like 2 episodes in. So I would recommend go watch that. I'll probably have it finished by next week because it's easy to just turn on and watch through. And so that brings us over to House of the Dragon because our show was a little late last week. Frank's promised everybody that he's gonna get caught up on Silo by the time we have our next show.
Well, I will start watching Silo.
He'll start Silo by the time we have our next show, so we'll be
yes, I will absolutely 100%.
So I'm not going to give any spoilers on the last episode of Silo. They did start moving more. They're doing a lot more in the 2 time periods and giving a lot more info. And all this stuff that I was like, I don't know why we missed all this time or this memory stuff, but they've gotten way better with that too, and really moving the story forward, doing a lot of work in the show, and it's still really good. And then X-Men 97 had already dropped new episodes tonight.
That's another one I have to.
Finale of Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed drops tonight. The penultimate episode was awesome. So I can't wait to see where that show ends up this season, and if we get a season 2, which I feel like we're going to. But yeah, it's another look. All those Apple shows are just awesome. So House of the Dragon, season 3, episode 4. We get to see a little bit more about what Ormond's doing since he scammed Damon with Darren.
Now, do you know who that actor is? The actor that's playing Darren?
Who's he?
He is the live action Link in Legend of Zelda.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, Darren. Okay.
Darren.
Okay.
The Targaryen that
Yeah.
that does the stabby stab thing. That's Link.
Yeah. Do we think that this Targaryen has brown hair and is actually Cole's kid? Or do we think his hair's dyed?
No, I think that's his real hair. I think it's probably Cole's kid. I haven't kept up on who's who and what's what and who has what kid and all that. I just now today, thanks to an Instagram reel of Jon Snow talking to Aemon Targaryen, realized who exactly he was in the lineage. Like, they always said it, but I was never able to put a face to it. So now I realize that he's Egg's brother. Right?
Yes.
Yes. But now it makes sense to me because now I the timeline kind of falls into place there for me.
Right. Yeah, that's why he's like 1 billion years old.
Right. No, I think he's one of I don't think he's a real Targaryen.
Well, then he shouldn't have a dragon though, because that actually he has to be.
Okay.
So he has to be blonde.
He has to be.
Right, because he couldn't just be Alicent's kid. Because the Hightowers don't get dragons.
That's right.
So he'd have to be he has to be Viserys. So the hair has to be dyed.
Weird rule.
Well, just because I remember seeing somebody say, "Oh, is that Cole's kid?" And I was like, "Oh, well, it's got to be died then, right?" Because
Right. You would think.
um,
I don't know. I honestly, there's so many people with the same damn name in this show. It's hard to keep track sometimes. And while I appreciate a good political scheming episode, back to backs episodes where you're just shifting pieces around is a little rough.
I don't know. I enjoyed both of them. I didn't run up against anything with either one of these.
I enjoyed this one a little bit more than I enjoyed the last one, but I understand what they're doing, so I'm not like, this sucked. No,
I mean, we didn't get full frontal on Orman, which was really actually surprising.
thank God.
But I'm really shocked they didn't go there.
So am I. I kind of expected that because I kind of half turned away, but
With where we went with like the first episode of the show, even with the,
Yeah.
the miscarriage and like it.
Yep.
I don't know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just surprising they didn't go there for the shock value based on all the other stuff they're doing. Yeah, we got into Orman taking over. Was it Terran?
Templeton.
Yeah, some town. Because he thinks Aemon's coming, which we get probably not going to happen. Based on what we've seen. However, we get his soldiers taken over. We see that he actually seems to be a pretty like decent human being, possibly by comparison to some of these other ones, because he does have a code which we have missed out from on these Targaryens for the most part. Corlys is taken off as the queen's hand. He's like, screw this. Left his son to take over, which is interesting. That you would leave a kid who has lived on a boat his whole life, and like, you got this run in the kingdom, you're good. Clearly, you have all the experience that a hand to the queen should need.
Yeah.
Ulf goes back to his bar. We'll see how that plays off.
Yeah, Daemon, then he's told never to go back to the bar again.
Yeah, but he wants to give all of his bar buddies
pardons.
It's weird.
Pardons, basically, and goodness and good gifts. So that's not too on the nose.
I was like, this is weird. All right.
That's not too on the nose for today.
No. Daemon goes to the Vale.
Yes.
To get some cash and not look for his daughter.
Well, no, that thankfully the dragon has some morals and makes him go look for his daughter.
Yeah.
He doesn't even realize is there.
To yell at the other dragon. Yeah. I mean, he forgets that he has two other kids. Corlys is from his other cousin.
I will admit that scene was pretty funny, where he's trying to put the gold in the back, and the dragon's like trying to do this, and he's like, no, and the dragon's like, yeah.
Awful CGI though. With him on the dragon, like that I was like, you guys could have spent a couple more hours tightening that CGI. Same thing at the beginning when they did the scope in at the beginning. Because I remember last week I mentioned that Daemon's CGI with the dragons behind him was awful.
Yeah,
there was some really bad CGI in this episode.
Yeah,
which is tough because the rest of the cinematography is gorgeous.
Yep.
And then you get shitty CGI, and it's like, man, it really, really hurts you. But big dragons, cool. And then we get the Aegon and Larys subplot running around.
Yeah.
It's interesting seeing them with the river guys, right? Aegon licking the shit covered boots.
I am really curious how that's all going to play out.
I don't know if we get a spin-off of the Aegon and Larys or the new Duncan Egg. Which would be fun. I mean, we're not going to. But yeah, I think we got some foreshadowing with Sunfire. Oh, he's still alive. Oh, because we see the other dragon that seems to be doing great or doing decomposing, and Sunfire just seems to be like sleeping.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they take that part as well. But another, in my opinion, really good episode. Frank thought it was a little slow.
It was definitely a little slow, but it was a good episode overall.
Look, I can tell if there's too slow because I fall asleep, and I've not fallen asleep yet to the hot D this season.
No, you're getting all of the hot D.
Well, we're not, as I complained about with Orman. Turnaround shot, no, it's not there. But anyway, I think that is all the geek news for this week. Thanks for finding the geek spot, everybody. Make sure you give us a like and a follow. Tell a friend. Join us next time to hop in on the conversation live and like subscribe to our YouTube channel or our Instagram, Facebook pages. Those places see when we'll be live next. We will be off next week, and then we'll be back after that covering all the Comic-Con.
Go like and share my reel
News. Go like and share Frank's documentary reel about the Rockets' upcoming documentary. And you can also always find Frank on the Island of Relevancy podcast or YouTube.
Island of Relevancy YouTube Wednesday nights, tomorrow night, as far as I'm aware.
To get all your wrestling fix.
All SmackDown.
Look at all those things
coming up. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at my dog on the Ring camera for a second.
So go there for all the latest news, and we will see you all next time.